Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making a seafood bake. You'll need some lemons, some potatoes, red potatoes preferably, corn on the cob, butter, some fresh parsley, which is optional, garlic, which is like the best thing ever. I love garlic so much. Some shrimp. I used about half a pound. I also used some crab claws because they were on sale for like $3, honey. Oh my goodness, what a steal. But if you don't have a cracker, do not get them. It's really hard to crack open. And of course, the best part, crab legs. They were on sale for $10.99. How could I resist? I got 2 pounds. First, you want to cut your potatoes. Make sure you wash them. I cut them in half, then another half, and then in quarters, if that makes sense. You'll see I do it right here. I just like to do this because it'll cook faster and it'll get all the flavor all over the potatoes. I used about 4 potatoes. Is that 4 or 5? 4 potatoes. But it's up to you how many you want to use. I got 2 corn on the cob. I just simply broke it in half with my hands because my knife really wasn't sharp enough. So you could do that too. In a boiling pot of water, you want to put the potatoes in and make sure you cook for about 10 minutes. Get 8 cloves of garlic and you want to mince them. I like to smash the garlic with the back of my knife, just like I did there. Then you just simply cut it. You want to just keep cutting until it's nice and minced together. Now we're going to begin to make the sauce that goes over the seafood bake. I actually used 2 sticks of butter, even though you see 1 here, because I realized I had a lot of seafood and I needed to make 2 pans. You're going to add the garlic to the pan. I put this on about medium-low heat because I was adding a bunch of seasonings and I didn't want it to overcook yet. This is the Cajun seasoning I used. I used 1 tablespoon. However, you could use whatever Cajun seasoning is available at your supermarket or whatever you have at home. Next, I added 1 tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning. I used the hot Old Bay seasoning because I love extra spice. I like to put cayenne pepper, chili powder, or red pepper chili flakes on everything. So I love this Old Bay. And lastly, I added 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I don't know. I just like smoked paprika. I like the name. It gives it a little bit more flavor than regular paprika. So that's optional. Turn this stove to medium heat and you want to add in the juice of 1 lemon. I also added in 1 teaspoon of sugar, which I didn't show on camera, but I suggest that you add that in too. It helps with the saltiness of the sauce. And you just kind of want to cook it and stir it around. When it's fully incorporated, the sauce is basically done because it's going to go in the oven anyway. The potatoes have been on for 10 minutes, so now you want to add in the corn and cook for 5 minutes. Now the fun part, we're just going to assemble the seafood bake in the pan. I put the crab legs in first, then I added shrimp. I used this easy peel shrimp and I left the shell on, but you're free to take the shell off if you want or just leave it on. I added the lobster claws next. Again, these are optional. You can add mussels, you can add clams, or you can just add more shrimp. You don't have to add this. You can put whatever seafood you want in it. Next, I added the corn. I only had 2 corns because it was just for my husband and I. But if it's more than 2 people eating this, maybe you want to cut the corn some more or add some extra corn. Then I just added the potatoes. Just simply put it around and that was it. Lastly, you want to drizzle the sauce all over the seafood bake. And I forgot to say to preheat your oven to 350 earlier. So just make sure you preheat your oven to 350, okay? The last step before putting it in the oven is covering the pan with foil. This creates steam inside of the pan and helps cook the seafood. Place in the preheated oven for 20 minutes. Now we're going to make clarified butter, which is totally optional. You know how you get butter when you go out to eat seafood or order seafood and they give you a melted butter? It's not simply just melted butter. It's called clarified butter. Simply melt half a stick to 1 stick of butter over medium heat, and when you start to see that white foam on top, you want to just skim it off and just throw it out basically. What this is doing is separating the milk solids from the butter, and it leaves you with that nice clarified butter for dipping the seafood into. If you don't like doing that, then you totally can skip this part. but I just thought I would share this with you because it's something that's easy to do, and a lot of people don't know that it's not just melted butter. Take the bake out of the oven and take the foil off. Turn your broiler on and put the bake back in for 5 minutes. Now it's all done. I'm just adding lemon into the pan, and then I'll add some fresh parsley on top, and you're all done. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.